And so Houdini revealed how the spiritualists. Now Houdini wanted to get in touch with his dead mother, and there were a lot of people who believed in these spiritualists. The guy that wrote the Sherlock Holmes mystery was one of the believers. And you could convince these people simply by putting on demonstration. And the person says, I don't know how they knew all this stuff about my dead relative, but I was sure I was hearing voices. The voice sounded like Uncle so-and-so, and he knew about the money I owed him, and he knew about this and that. So when there's psychics, what's the act of a psychic? Well, this is an example of a psychic act. The psychic then tells you your personality, but psychic can tell you more. There's a book called The Art of Cold Reading. This book tells you exactly how to do what's called cold reading. Cold reading is when you're a psychic and somebody just walks in off the street and you don't know anything about them, and you need to give them a reading right away. And there are a lot of things you can do. So one of the things you do is you use the Barnum effect. So you give people a lot of this stuff. Another thing you can do is one of the tricks is you throw out, you say, Reginald, do you know a Reggie? You know a Reggie? No, she doesn't know a Reggie. But sometimes it's a hit. The person says, yeah, that's my friend, that's my brother, that's, my fiance. But if they don't know a Reggie, you say, maybe you'll meet one. And then if they meet one, they say, the psychic, said to me, do I know Reggie? No. Well, you're going to meet one. And sure enough, I met the person. Now, if it doesn't happen, what do? Do they say the psychic said it was going to be Reggie? No, I didn't meet any Reggie. No, they say maybe it's still going to happen. Right? So you're going to meet a tall, dark stranger with blue eyes who's going to be doing this for a living, If it never happens, it could still happen in the future. Right? So that's one of the tricks you do. The other thing is you can read the person. So this test, how was this devised? This was devised for her. They simply gave a bunch of questions to college students in 1949. How many of you have heard of the Barnum effect before? Been on television many times, a couple of people maybe. Been on TV many times on the Discovery Channel, or if you happen to know about the skeptic organizations, maybe we'll have taught about it. But this trick works since 1949. It hasn't really been updated much. There have been some people study it since then. It works on personnel managers. You give it to personnel managers and you say, here's a personality test. Then you give them that feedback and they say, we're going to buy this for our company and use it to hire people. They wrote an article called On the Gullibility of Personnel Managers, because this illustrates how people are gullible. People are very gullible when it comes to stuff like this. So you can make predictions, but you can also read something about, you can give a reading tuned to the person's age and gender and some other characteristics. For example, an example that I use is, I'm on the airplane, and people say, what do you do if you say I'm a psychologist? They say, oh, well, then I have to watch out what I say to you, because you might figure out what's in my subconscious, and I don't want to know, or I don't want people knowing what's in my subconscious mind, I say, no, I'm not that kind of psychologist. But what you can do is, you can demonstrate skepticism to them. And so I note, I say, well, I'm able to tell already from what you've said that you're about to take a step with a person you don't really trust completely. That you feel you should trust that person, but you're not really sure if you should make this mix. Well, she's wearing an engagement ring, see, but not a wedding band. And people that are about to get married, they're not really sure. Are they making the right decision or not? So you can use age and gender. If a woman is married, if she's engaged, you can use that one. If she's married already, and she's about 40, well, she's worrying her husband's having an affair. If she's 50 and 60, she's worried about her husband might have cancer, might have a health problem. So you can use age and gender. Men in their 40, they're worried about career and things at work, conflict at work, stuff like that. So you can tell people things like that. And if there's not a hit, people will grant you. If you have a miss, you just throw out a lot of stuff. If you make a hit, they go, wow, the person got the, you know, that I knew already. If it's not a hit, it could still happen. And later, they'll score you as having made a correct prediction if it comes true at some point. Right? So people are fairly gullible with respect to this. Now you saw in the video, Uri Geller over here. I should add to this list Reginald Scott. Here's a Reggie. From the 1580s, who wrote a book called The Discovery of Witchcraft. And he said there are no witches. And he explained how to put a salt shaker through a table. Do you know that magicians can take a solid salt shaker and push it right through a table using magic? They make it seem that way, but they don't actually do that. I won't reveal how to do it, but it's revealed in the book. All the magician's secrets are in books where people will never find out about them. This information is in the book, The Art of Cold Reading, How to Do It. You can get this book and read it. Scott's The Discovery of Witchcraft. So there were some people claiming to be witches. And one of the things he was pointing out, there were people who weren't claiming to be witches, who were being accused of being witches and being burned at the stake because somebody else decided they were a witch. Somebody else made an accusation against them. And you saw the amazing Randi, right? Uri Geller and Popoff. After Popoff was revealed, what happened to Popoff? His money went down, but I saw him on television just recently. He's back on the air. What's he selling now? Magic strings that you wrap around your finger. You know, magic water. Okay, that he sells to you. And he has people on television giving testimonials. They're explaining, I needed money, I was really in debt, and I got the magic water. Next thing you know, I got a check in the mail, or such and such happened, or I was in a traffic accident and they paid off a big lawsuit thing, you know, or I found money underneath a box somewhere after getting the magic string on the finger. And so Popoff's pitch is like this. You saw the video, everybody, right? Popoff's pitch is, you believe in God? Help God's work. Give me money so that I can continue God's work. And God will give you money. Right? God is going to cure you, but you have to help God by giving me money. And he's back on the air making millions of dollars again. He's selling his magic stuff. They have him on the Trinity channel. You can watch him on cable station. He's back making a fortune. All right, well, we'll continue with this next time.